So in this first lesson we're going to download the software that lets us create virtual machines. So there are two main softwares used on the market. The first one is called VirtualBox and the second one is called VMware. Now these two are the two most used softwares in cybersecurity for creating virtual machines. And there are plenty of other options, but these two are the ones you will hear the most. And no, there is no big difference between these two. So we are going to go with the first one, with VirtualBox. And you just need to download the software. So you can be either on Windows or macOS. There is no big difference. You just need to download the software. Okay, now that we have downloaded the software, let's just try to see what's inside of it. So let's double click on the software. And you can see that we have a new button. So if we click on this button, we can see that we can create our virtual machine. But to create our virtual machine, we need a specific type of file, which is the ISO file. So in this case, we are going to need the Kali Linux ISO file. And to get this file, we just need to type Kali Linux download. We're going to click on the first link, and as you can see, we have two options. So the first option is to download the ISO file, so the virtual image of the virtual machine, okay, of the operating system. And the second option is the virtual machine itself. So it's precompiled. You don't have to you don't have to configure your virtual machine because the memory, the CPU, it's all pre-configured. And now you will understand better what I mean by pre-configured. So let's click on installer images and let's click on installer. So it's around 4 gigabytes, and just click on the installer and then we will go back to VirtualBox. Okay, now that you have installed Kali Linux, we can go back to VirtualBox and we can create this virtual machine. So let's just name it, for example, Kali Linux. Okay, this folder is the folder in which your virtual machine will be saved to. And they ask us the ISO image. And let's just click other. And if you have downloaded on the downloads folder or whatever folder it is, just click on the file. In this example, Kali Linux. Let's just click open and then next. So this is what I was talking about, because if you download the virtual machine, which is the second option on their website, you don't have this option because it's all pre-configured. So you already have the base memory set, you have the processor set, you don't have to do anything. But in this case, you can adjust the settings based also on your physical machine, on your physical computer. So in this example, we can set the base memory around 25 and 160 megabytes. And the processors, if you leave just one CPU, it's going to be very slow. So I suggest you to put it around 4 CPU. It should be okay. Then click next. And also the disk size. So 25 gigabytes is okay for what we need to do. So I will just leave it like this and click next and then click finish. So we have created our virtual machine. Now let's just double click on it Let's click on graphical install. And now we just need to choose our language. For us, it's English. It's okay. United States, yes. And I'm going to use the Italian keyboard option because I'm Italian, and the keyboard options are quite different between Italian and USA. So I'm going to choose Italian. But you choose, of course, the configuration that you prefer. Now, what is happening is that the software is configuring the operating system that we're going to use, which in this case is Kali Linux. So it's downloading all the libraries and all the utilities that we are going to need. Now we need to choose our host name. We can, just leave it Kali, or we can put another host name. In this example, we are going to leave Kali. So in this case, they ask us the domain name, but we don't need it, so we can click continue. And we need the full name for the new user. So this is different from the host name. This is the user of our machine. So we can just, call it Lorenzo, which is my name. We can click continue. And we can put up a password. So let's now choose a password. Let's click continue. So we choose this option. Continue. Continue. And let's click continue. Let's click yes. So we finally made it. Now we have to leave yes and click continue. Click continue. Now click this option and continue. So let's finally click continue. So I know guys, it took a while, but it's necessary. It's always like this. For me, it took around like 15 minutes. Now we need to specify the username, which is Lorenzo, as I wrote before, and the password. So we are finally inside Kali Linux. Now I want to show you two more things. The first one, if we go back to VirtualBox and we click on settings. So these are the settings of our virtual machine. And if we go to network, we can see that our machine is attached to our network thanks to the NAT, which stands for Network Address Translation. And we have a bunch of different options here. So I just want to tell you guys that if you leave NAT, what this means is that your virtual machine will be on a virtual LAN. So you will have a different IP address than the IP address that your real machine has. So for example, if we type CMD and we we want to see our IP address. Let's just type ipconfig, and we can see that our IP address is this one. So because I am attached to the wireless network, so the IP address is 192.168.1.56. But if we go back to our virtual machine and we type, ifconfig, which is the command to show the IP address, ifconfig, you will see that our IP address is different. So the NAT translates an IP address into another IP address. So if we want to reach out to the internet, we have this local IP address. Okay? So what the NAT does, the NAT configuration does of VirtualBox, is taking this IP address and translating it into this one. Okay? And then it reaches the router, and then it reaches the internet, but that's a whole other story. This is not the video to talk about this. If you want to share the same IP address of your local machine, then the setting that you have to select is bridge adapter. So if we select the bridge adapter and then we go back to our virtual machine, you can see that now we share the same subnet, okay? The same subnet of our physical machine. So this was the first thing that I wanted to show you. And the last thing, which is pretty annoying, is that you can see that right now it's just a small box, okay? But it's not very practical to work in this way because everything is too small. So we're going to adjust the size of the screen to the actual screen. So we're going to full size the screen. So what you need to do is clicking View and then adjust window size, and automatically it adjusts itself. Okay, it's not a big deal, and so it's way more practical to work this way. So this was the first video. In the next video we are going to start with some pretty famous attacks.